Breaking news on WKOC TV. We as Americans are now in the era of detente, which is the relaxation of tensions between three world powers, the US, China, and Soviet Union. Let me give you a little background on this. Let's start with China. As President Nixon stated, there is no place on this small planet for 1 billion of its potentially most able people to live in angry isolation. This was our president's thoughts after his election. President Nixon's trip started on February 21st, 1972. This appears to have strengthened Chinese-American relations. This was characterized as the week that changed the world. As President Nixon has returned, the U.S. has dropped its opposition to Chinese entry into the UN, and this helps establish diplomatic relations with China. As we are aware, the anti-communism issue is raging in the U.S. at this time, so some Americans had expressed great suspicion of our president's visit. However, in May of 1972, shortly after President Nixon's return from the China visit, he had the opportunity to try out his negotiating skills, but this time with the Soviet Premier Leonid Brezhnev. Brezhnev wanted to discuss nuclear reduction and was also concerned with the new U.S.-China relationship. President Nixon flew to Moscow with what the press called his China card. He successfully diffused potential confrontation among three world powers, the U.S., China, and the Soviet Union. So here we are, as a result of President Nixon's diplomacy in China. We are in the era of detente. Thank you for listening tonight and have a good evening.